Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Martin, the Associate Director of Forecasting at Dodge Construction Network, and today we will be looking at March's Momentum Index. Now, as a reminder, the DMI tracks the value of non-residential building projects as they enter their earliest stages of planning. We only include projects valued under $500 million, and the DMI typically leads construction spending by about 12 months. Now, the momentum index fell back about 7% in March to a reading of 205.6. We saw deceleration in both the commercial and institutional segments. The institutional fell back 5% and commercial buildings fell back 8%. Now, on the commercial side, weaker planning from warehouses, data centers, and retail stores drove much of this month's decline. Meanwhile, hotel and office planning continued to accelerate. On the institutional side, weakness was pretty broad spread. We saw planning activities slow for education, healthcare, public buildings, and recreational projects. However, we did see some continued momentum growing for religious buildings. So in March, the DMI was up 30% when compared to year-ago levels. The commercial segment was up 32% from March of 2024, and the institutional segment was up 27% over the same period, but that is following a very weak March of last year. You can see the big dip that was taking place already around that time. Now, the influence of data centers on the DMI remains substantial. So if we remove all those data center projects between 2023 and 2025, you'll see commercial planning up about 4% from year-ago levels, and the entire DMI would be up 12% year over year. Now, for data centers, we did see momentum decelerate a bit this month for that segment as well, but levels of activity there remain very high, and so still suggest very strong activity going on in that sector. I think overall, increased uncertainty around material prices and fiscal policies may have begun to factor into planning decisions throughout March. And we did see planning data weaken across most non-residential sectors. However, activity remains considerably higher than year-ago levels and still suggests steady construction activity when we get to early to mid-2026. It'll be several more months before we're able to really kind of look at this trend and know if it's just a 1-month trend or the sign of, further weakness to come. All right, that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching.